Hello everyone, Vendris here, and we'll be talking about the Tomb Kings right now, especially about Khalida. So all the content, maybe not all the content, but like a light showcase of Rise of the Rat, the new SFO free update that is coming up in this Thursday. What can I say more? It's focused on Tomb Kings. So, previous video we were talking about Rictus and some of the Skaven changes, and we'll be talking about Tomb Kings in the same way. I won't be going into details, I will just show you a rough idea of what is to come, and more detailed video about the whole update changelog that is right now available to patrons will be available on Thursday. So let's hop in and talk about the Tomb Kings and my beloved Khalida. So Khalida is getting back one of her iconic mechanics that was in Warhammer 2, but it's slightly changed. As you may remember, in Total War Warhammer 2 in SFO we had something that was allowing Khalida to make missions against spawned armies of vampires and get technologies, rewards and things like that. In Warhammer 3 we changed that to just and not just generic missions. They are not generic, let's face it, but you get the missions that have specific objectives, and then you get another mission and another and another. You're getting a passive effects from them, so not only research rate like for this example, but also a lot of speed for Khalida, random item, and also technology points. If we go to the technology, the dynasties, on the right side we have a new technology tree for Khalida only, and it's making that each technology point that we got from the missions was unlocking a new branch of technology, was not only making some nice bonuses, but we also have the whole branch unlocked. So for example, if we do the first mission, we can do 2 technologies. They are quite powerful, but they also lower the Khalida, this bonus that she gets from finishing the mission. So for example, if you do both of those technologies, she will be having only 20% bonus of her speed, not 40 as it was from this mission. There are a lot of cool effects here, interesting and so on, and they were here all the time, but with this update we want to make some advancements to the whole mechanic, so we added the vengeance of Queen of Lebaras. It means that with every point increasing up to 10, she will be having big bonuses for all the damage when attacking. So we want to make her more aggressive, but also armor is getting lower when you are defending. And they will say, okay, it's just a thing and nothing else happens. But every 10 turns we can, let's call it, exchange how this resource is working. So let's do it right now. So we just got a new dilemma. And dilemma is always every 10 turns when you're playing Khalida, of course. And now we can decide what we want to do with the resource. First example is that you need to have at least 5, we have 6, and you can make the time of heroes, meaning that for the next 10 turns you will getting a lot of passive experience and just experience gain for all your forces, and also characters. You can make the time of rebuild, which is costing way more 10, but is also very powerful. You can see the construction time -2 for everything, growth plus 30, and construction cost -30. So for, let's say, more passive Khalida, crazy good thing, let's call it. Replenishment, meaning that the vengeance will be getting down by itself by 1 per 10 turns, but your casualty replenishment rate is increased by 10% for whole the faction. This, for Tomb Kings, it's really a lot. Or you can decide, you know what, I'm fine with the actual value, I don't want to change anything, I don't want to do anything. So vengeance never ends, let's call it. It's a small mechanic for Khalida herself, let's call it, but it's, in my opinion, a very hefty bonus for her. While building here, we also have a new generic legendary lord. It's not new, it's in SFO since Warhammer 2, but previously in Warhammer 3 it was only Ketep lord. It's a Liche High Priest, and Liche High Priest can be just recruited like normal lord You can see, yeah, my Khalida is dead in this video, by the way. It was a very tough battle. Liche High Priest has own traits, unique as always in SFO, but also always starts on level 2 and allows you to pick one of the 3 Lords of Magic that are just from the beginning, let's call it. Important thing is also that if you're playing Archon, he got another one. It's Lord of Shadows here, so he has a choice of 4 lords, not 3. And if you're playing Ketep, this lord is getting some unique bonuses. Overall, this lord is a mage. He's always on a mount, so on a horse, and works a bit like support, something contrary to normal Tomb King lord. In this update, we also made a lot of changes to the technologies, canopic jars and dilemmas, which is quite important. The normal dynasties are no longer costing any canopic jars. We really never needed that. You just want to start researching technology ASAP, and after 10 turns, you can start normally making the technologies. Interesting thing is also that we added a lot of new effects, so each dynasty is different. Like for example, this one is construction time, this one is growth, this one is replenishment, this one is vampiric corruption, sadly, but it's also giving unique capacity for all vampiric units, so maybe it's not that bad. No, okay, it's bad, but we also have all damage when under siege, and so on, and so on. Everything fitting. As you can see, there are new changes in terms of how much stuff is costing, and as you may remember, in vanilla they changed how canopic jars is being redistributed post-battle. So you no longer get a flat value, but you're getting a value based on enemies killed. We lowered that value, not by a lot, by around 25%, because it was going to really crazy amounts, and also capped it to 500 per battle, because yeah, it could go really crazy. But a good thing is that we added more sources of canopic jars, and it's making, and it's the change that it's doing right now, is that all the missions, all the dilemmas were totally rebalanced with new effects, new conditions, and new choices for the Tomb Kings, making that it's actually worth it to make missions. For example, missions can give you 250 for attacking a specific settlement. Canopic jars. Making a legendary lord battle is like 1000 canopic jars, so actually making it worth it and not just making the battles. Of course, some missions are construct something or secure a province and so on and so on, but yet again, and same thing goes for the dilemmas. Some of the dilemmas will cost you canopic jars, but also give very powerful bonuses. Funny enough, in vanilla, many of those dilemmas still, I don't know why after this update, have old values. So for example, they cost 10 canopic jars or give you 10 canopic jars. It's less than some buildings are giving per turn. So it's quite funny in my opinion. There is also a lot of other changes for the Tomb Kings. Trust me, there are a lot of surprises here and there, tweaks, new abilities for the units and other stuff that I don't want to spoil. Whole changelog is right now available for the SFO patrons and will be public on Thursday, so the release of Rise of the Rat update. So yes, this will be all for this video. Thank you everyone for watching. Please leave the like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, and I don't know, don't like the sun because sun is harsh and Anakin Skywalker never liked it, so maybe it's something. I was Venris and I'm out. See ya!